Stern shielding at 75%. Alert. Systems overheating. Alert. Systems overheating.
Okay, I guess I'll see. I'm starting to see what people are saying with the annoying voice after it says, "Alert, systems are
Alert.
overheating," like every 2
Systems
seconds.
overheating.
I mean, it is true, yeah. I just think that has, it's balancing.
Hostile eliminated.
But yes, it does. I don't know. The voice isn't that loud in my ears. So pew pew's louder, so to me,
Well, the
it's
voice isn't annoying. It's the constant. Oh god! Oh god! This is a glitch.
Proximity alert.
What then the heck just happened to me? I tried to do the EVA, and it just my ship just shot straight down. Instead of pushing me out, it pushed the ship down. Hey, what's up, YouTube? My name is Apexx, and today, after a long wait, Arena Commander has finally been released. Now, Arena Commander, originally, I thought was going to be something very different than what it is now. I originally thought that 6 months ago, they should have had Arena Commander out because I thought Arena Commander was going to be basically put one or two ships into a empty room and let you fly around and shoot the weapons. I thought it was just going to be so you can test out the actual mechanics, and that's it. But I was pleasantly surprised to find out today that there was quite a bit more content added than that, and that you can even try out multiple ships right now. There's 4 ships already at launch. You can fly the Origin 300i, which is what I'm using. You can use the Hornet F7C, you can use the Aurora, and you can use the Avenger. So there's 4 ships at launch, and you can try out all the different cockpits and the different weapons that are on those. But Arena Commander itself, when Star Citizen comes out, is going to be basically a game within a game. And what I mean by that is, in the lore of the game, there are going to be game developers that are in the game, developing games for people within Star Citizen. Now, that's just the lore, obviously, but this is going to be a game that people can play within the game, and it's also going to be our way of matchmaking. So this will be our way of trying out dogfighting without actually having to risk our ship and without having to risk damaging our ship or our character. So what Arena Commander is right now is Arena Commander has 2 modes right now. We have the free flight mode, which is exactly what it sounds like. You fly around an empty map and you can shoot things. You can shoot the meteors, basically, or comets, whatever they are in space, and you can fly around, which is what I originally thought they were going to release 6 months ago. The real interesting game mode, however, is Vandal Swarm. Now, this is what they've been working on quite a bit fairly recently. Now, Vandal Swarm is basically a horde mode for space combat. It's going to pit you as well as 2 other NPCs against wave upon wave of enemies. Now, these enemies can vary slightly. There's going to be Vandal Scavengers, which are your first basic enemy. They're the rather easy ones to kill. Then there's going to be Vandal Hunters, which are slightly harder. They're a little bit easier, or a little bit better at flying, and I think they're the ones with missiles. And then there's going to be bosses, because every 5 waves or so, you have a boss wave, and those are going to be the harder waves to play, because those bosses gun right for you, unlike the other NPCs. But I'd say right now, the amount of content that's in Arena Commander is enough for probably 3 to 4 hours of gameplay before it starts to get a little old. But that's totally fine, because I think that's exactly what people were expecting. That, this is really just to see what the game is like, see the direction that they're heading in with the mechanics of flight, as well as the aesthetics and how well the engine is optimized. Now, that's a few things I want to talk about, because the mechanics right now are getting mixed reviews. People are not really liking the way these ships are flying. I completely disagree with that. I really like the way these ships fly because, one, it is not like battlefield jets, which is what I was originally thinking it was going to be like, and I was really hoping it wasn't going to be, because I've never been a good jet pilot in Battlefield, and I don't like the way they fly, because you can get into situations where 2 equally skilled pilots can literally be stuck in an infinite loop. because they have equally handling jets as well as equally damaging jets. So I really always hated those dogfights because it was basically you're just stuck in a loop until somebody locks onto you from the ground. Now, that is not at all how it is in Arena Commander, because in Arena Commander, obviously, you're in space, so there's far, far less gravity than there is within the atmosphere. It's not no gravity like some people think. There is a very small amount. So you can basically go from looking and speeding in one direction to almost instantly turn and look in the opposite direction while still heading the original direction, which is really cool because you can instantly turn around and shoot somebody on your tail and still be moving in the same direction. But also, it makes it so you can be hovering, not moving anywhere, and still you can look in any direction and still be able to fire on the enemy. So they're not going to be able to just do loopy-loops around you the whole time. That's a really cool mechanic. Now, the keyboard and mouse controls so far, I find really good. I think the only reason that they might be slightly hard to use right now is because of low frame rates. Because right now I have a pretty beefy system, and I'm getting probably about 25 to 45 FPS. Now that's on an FX 8350 at 4 gigahertz processor, as well as a GTX 770. And changing the graphics levels doesn't help all that much. I don't really think there's much difference between the graphics because you can set it from low to very high, and you won't really see a change in much. But that's just an optimization issue, and I wasn't expecting that to be optimized at this point at all. So the fact that I'm getting around playable frame rates is pretty good in my opinion. But that's really the only thing that's affecting my mouse and keyboard combat. Other than that, I think it works pretty well. You roll with the A and D keys, but you yaw with the mouse. So it's kind of like War Thunder in that way, that the mouse is your main steering control. And just like War Thunder, you do have a way of it gives you a slight prediction of where you need to shoot the weapon in order to hit the enemy that you're targeting. I haven't really figured out the exact way of using it yet because it's a little confusing, but right now it's not too hard to be hitting your enemies anyways because these NPCs are usually focused on somebody else, so you're able to just kind of get up behind them and take them out. But W and S are the throttle forward and back, as well as space being your main space brake. Basically, it's what stops you the fastest. So if you hit that space, then you can instantly turn around to target an enemy that's on your tail, which is a really fun thing to do, and it really leads to some really cool kills. Other than that, though, I mean, the graphics look exactly like what I was expecting from Star Citizen. They're incredible looking graphics, and I mean, this is just a small portion of it. This is basically you get to look around your cockpit a little bit. You see some open space. There's some really cool scenery in the background where you can see like a red giant, or yeah, is it a red giant? It's either a red giant or a red dwarf. I don't remember what the term is for one of those dying stars. But you can see one of those stars in the background as well as the whole meteor field and everything like that. And it's definitely some cool scenery and you get some really cool visuals. And like I said before, it doesn't need to be optimized, but that's something that is going to be coming in the future, obviously. Now, the weapons that you get to use, I'm using the two on the Origin 300i, which are the main cannons on the top, which are shooting those green lasers that you can see. Now, those basically can take out an enemy in 2 to 3 shots, and they are very strong, but they will overheat your system if you use them too often and for too long of a period. And then below the cockpit, I'm using a chain gun that is on the bottom, and that's shooting the blue lasers. And those are much weaker than the green cannons because I've gotten quite a few hits on somebody and just maybe taken down their shield. But I think they're meant more just to keep pressure on someone as well as keep their shields down or keep them from regenerating at least. And that one is a little bit easier to aim with, however, because it's more maneuverability. It can look around a lot further of a radius than the top cannons can. But like I said, it does far less damage. And I generally find myself just sticking with the green cannons. Other than that, you have the missiles, which right now are pretty easy to lock on. I hope they make it slightly more difficult in the future because I've never really enjoyed lock-on missiles in games that have dogfighting mechanics because I think that kind of takes out the point of dogfighting. But in this game, they did it pretty well so far with they make it that you really have to keep them right in the center of your vision in order to lock onto them, which is nice. It's a little bit easy on NPCs, but that will probably change when you're fighting a player. But yeah, that is basically Arena Commander in a nutshell, guys. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think that this is a good direction that they're heading in right now with Arena Commander and Star Citizen? Or would you like them to kind of switch gears and make some changes and look in a different direction for the game? Let me know what you would change, if you would change anything. Otherwise, just go ahead and leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one.